Exactly. A couple of states tied together through history and a couple of schools that share some common ground are going to lock horns once again in the battle for the Golden Boot. Welcome to Reynolds Razorback Stadium, home of the Arkansas Razorbacks. As we'll see, the number 13 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on another team from the SEC, the Arkansas Razorbacks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Razorbacks will get us started with the opening kickoff. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The LSU Tigers offense will take the field first. The Bayou Bengals flex on their boot rivals the last time these two met and won it easily.
LSU made an example of Arkansas the last time they played. You talk to a lot of LSU fans and they say, we think about Alabama, we think about Georgia, we think about Ole Miss. They took little brother Arkansas to the woodshed the last time they played.
And I can just tell you, as a fan of the sport, when you hear that little brother, that ticks me off. So I know it ticks off Arkansas Razorback fans, and they want some revenge, and they want that move.
And just nowhere to go for that runner. He had no choice. That defense, they were bringing it up front. Everybody winning their one-on-ones, and they completely had him surrounded.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Gets it to him on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
One of the things I love about this offense is they're very versatile in their passing attack. They throw to receivers and tight ends, and the screen game is big as well. This guy is a weapon. You're seeing that here early.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Quick completion on the out route. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. He'll do it himself. Nice move to keep running.
As an offense, you're okay with that. You're going to run option plays, and sometimes you're going to bust it big, but sometimes you don't necessarily read it correctly, get some positive yards, and then we come back and we do it all over again with different reads against a different defense.
Finds the tight end. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
Oh, he's got some space. The 20. No one there to stop him, except the fella in the striped shirt who threw the penalty flag. This one might be coming back. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on, the defense declined, and the touchdown stands. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Arkansas's offense will take the field for the first time. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass in coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
Going to swing it on second down. Fires complete on the crosser. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Offense breaks the huddle on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Working that left side now. He'll make a play on third down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32. The Razorbacks come to the line with a new set of downs. The give. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Motion from the back. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Fires to the middle. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. Remember some of the years when the Hogs spent a lot of time in the Wildcat just running it? You don't have to do that with this guy at quarterback.
And it just makes you less predictable, right? You got a running back in there. You know you're not going to throw it very much, but when they do have the ability to push the ball down the field and get some guys out of the box, it makes this offense even more exciting.
Well, they try to go with draw. They didn't catch the defense blitzing, so it wasn't a great look anyway. But up front, they just got beat regardless, and that back leg had nowhere to go.
They had nowhere to go. Those offensive linemen, you got to set and you got to invite those defensive linemen up the field and kind of push them by. And you could tell they didn't do that. They didn't create any holes. There was really nowhere for him to go. You got to give him that first little hole, and then maybe he can make a move. So the offensive line needs to do a better job.
And the Razorbacks pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. On the run, it's McMillan.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. You got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
They work that running game down to the 34. Let's give him 3 on the carry. The Razorbacks come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down. And here comes the punt team. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Starts a drive trying to go up top. He'll try to do it himself. Made a defender miss. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. This rivalry picked up steam when the Razorbacks joined the SEC, and man, some of the names that have had moments: Darren McFadden, Felix Jones, Matt Jones, Joe Burrow, Justin Jefferson, all of it over a Golden Glove.
And been playing since 1901. You think about all the great rivalries in college football, especially in the South. This is one of the best ones here. Not always have been in the same conference, but they've played a lot of times, David, and it gets hot every time they meet up.
And the boot is the shape of Arkansas with the shape of Louisiana, so obviously close proximity, bragging rights on the line.
And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Fair catch is made inside his own 20 at the 17-yard line. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Going right to work up top. grab behind the line. It's McMillan. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
Gets it past the first down marker and still running. Brought down at the 28, but it's a 10-yard gain. Guys, LSU has the lead here, and we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. First play of the period, first down here. Send the tight end in motion. Rides the back on the option to give. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Most offensive schemes are predicated on first down productivity. That will not go down as a productive first down play.
No, it will not, Reese. Give this defensive line credit because they were able to get penetration right off the snap and force a negative play.
He stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a third and long. He'll keep it himself. He stopped at the 32-yard line, not enough for the first down. And the Razorbacks will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's when the offense will set up shop. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Some rivalries forged in excellence, some in geographical proximity, and that's what we have once the Razorbacks join the SEC. Someone had the brilliant idea, we need a big golden boot that looks like the two states, and it's one of the most hotly contested rivalry games of the year.
And big is the right word. It's 4 feet tall. It's 200 pounds. It's 24-karat gold. Palmer, this is the trophy you want to win. There's some bad trophies out there, but this boot is a big deal.
It fills your trophy case. It's got girth. It's got weight. You appreciate that. I know everyone's going to say, no, Italy's the boot. No, it's not. Louisiana, Arkansas, and the Golden Boot Trophy. That's what it's all about.
I'll tell you what, you could tell the defense knew exactly what they were doing. They were dialed in, took away the primary target, and then it's on you as an offense. Now I got to adjust. I got to do something different to what they're doing.
Hauls it in. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it because he really didn't have a choice because he was going to wear that one regardless.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Quick strike complete. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided, on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. Fires it down the seam. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers and he couldn't hold on. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Quick completion on the out. He goes out of bounds across the 25, mark it at the 24, and this defense, its head is spinning. LSU getting set on 1st and 10. He'll pull it on the read. Got a little space. Past the sticks, and he may get more. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers!
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option, and you've seen the evolution with scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big 12. Kansas State needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in the Little Apple behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. They're trailing by 11 to Oklahoma State. We'll circle back if anything changes in this interesting Big 12 matchup. Back to you guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Caught behind the line. It's McMillan. No sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
Gonna run it. It's McMillan. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. To the ground with the back. Gets it across the 10 to pick up a 5 and out of trouble to the 12.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down. The Razorbacks will bring the punt team onto the field. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They've already put a couple of scores up, and they look to add to it on this drive. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
Using his feet, and he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense.
Well, you live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. That time the defense called it at the perfect time. The linebacker able to make the stop in a short game.
And from the offense's perspective, that's probably making a little something out of nothing. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Across the 45.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job keeping that guy in the pocket.
And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown LSU! They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
Man, I've been really impressed with this offense this first half. Coming in a hostile environment, hostile crowd, man, they haven't given them anything to cheer about. Offense, defense, now up 20-0, and these people are eerily quiet in here.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Use the play fake, now to throw. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Fires to the wideout. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Didn't get a chance to show off those running skills, but he gives him the ball at the 29-yard line.
Man, that is how you get it done as a defense when you're playing cover 1. Like, you got the middle of the field safety, but everybody else is manning up. Nice job running with this guy, seeing the football, breaking on it, making the interception, making the big play for this defense.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in the practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
So now it's 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Not quite in rhythm there, incomplete.
And that's a frustrating couple plays for this offense. Like, you got the ball in great field position. You are set up to succeed, and 2 straight incompletions. A big 3rd down coming to see if they can maximize this drive.
Throws toward the end zone. And it's a touchdown, but hold on just a second. We'll have to see what the flag's about.
Hold offense.
No, that one hurts to have the flag come out and take a touchdown off the board after that play. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. After the missed field goal, hey, could be worse. They're still up by 21. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They've fallen into this big hole, and they are pretty desperate for answers right now. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll start this drive going to the air. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Here we go. Looking to fire. Right down the middle. The receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. On target over the middle. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35. And the Razorbacks want to crank the tempo. Defense showing blitz here. They just keep firing. Works the middle of the field. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. It's complete to the right. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Trying play action. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell it extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
He's got it. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. They'll try to pass their way in. And the defense sold out to stop the run, and they do here on 1st down. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. Looking for a chunk play on 2nd and short. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Razorbacks!
And that touchdown is so big for this offense, right? Because here at the end of the half, you're just trying to find positives you can build upon in the second half. And right when it was looking like this game was starting to get away from them, they're able to execute, score, and that's going to help their confidence.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a 1st down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a 1st down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field goal.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Grabbed in the middle. It's Clinton. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. The Tigers come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. They'll try to get it through the air. Just a short pass to the tight end. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down. LSU right back to the line. Might be calling a hot route. Looking downfield on 1st down. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. The offense burns its 3rd and final timeout of the half.
Yeah, that's a great job. And listen, this quarterback's had success. He's already thrown for 2 touchdowns. We got to make him feel uncomfortable. This is still early in the game. Nice job by the defense, getting a hit on the quarterback and making him think a little bit.
Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Zings it complete to the right. Out of bounds at the 49-yard line, but not before getting it into opponent territory. LSU trying to convert a fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, they're after him. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, in a rivalry filled with magical moments, even more here today between the Tigers and Razorbacks. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player. A lot of football still to be played as these two scratch and claw for the right to claim that golden boot.
LSU ready to boot it away and open this second half. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
And a nice job by the defense understanding who their go-to guy is. That's the guy they want to feature. That's the guy they want to feed with good reason. He's a great player, but a great job by the defense taking away that primary read, making sure they don't make a big play.
Bought a little time, lets it go. Right on the money. Tackle was made right at the 22-yard line. That's not enough for the first down. The Razorbacks will punt it away on fourth down. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. On the option. He'll pitch it. And that might have been a bad read as the defense just swarms all over the pitch man.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Touchdown, Tigers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in Conference USA. FIU is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage today, but they still have some work to do to put this in the win column. They're up by just 1 over Sam Houston. Just another week of Conference USA football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. Makes the stop at the 29-yard line, but not before he gets 15 on that play. They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. Looking for space. It's McMillan. Cross the 30 out to the 33 and gains 4 on the play. Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. Off play action. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play. And the Razorbacks will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Finds his big tight end. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. And he throws down the gut of the defense. It's incomplete.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
He lofts one down the sideline. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Razorbacks will try to pin them back with the punt. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Not going to get a chance to field that one, and the punt will bounce out of bounds. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
The Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wide receiver going in motion. With jet sweep pass. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the...
Breaks into the open. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, LSU!
I mean, talk about hard to stop. Like, so many weapons, so much speed, and then your quarterback is going to go 50-plus. Defensive coordinators, that's why nobody wants to play defense anymore or coach defense. You want to be on the offensive side of the football because otherwise you got to defend weapons like these that are just weapons of mass destruction.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
They'll run the option. It's a fumble on the play. Sometimes the ball just bounces your way, and the offense very lucky to keep possession on that one.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. And the Razorbacks come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Gives it on the option. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. The Razorbacks will call on their punt team. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. keeper. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this. Assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
One of the reasons I love this defense is because their DBs get involved and they come screaming downfield. That's a pretty good athlete playing quarterback on that run, but because of the speed they have in their secondary, boy, they were able to get to him quickly.
Caught in the backfield, it's Worthy. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. A strike downfield. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process. To the air on second down. Makes the grab on the left. Guys, LSU has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Gets away from one, finds room. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Arkansas!
Unbelievable timing with the quarterback and wide receiver. Get it to him in his hands, right on his frame where he can run after the catch and do some serious damage.
And that's why he's so dangerous, because of that ability after the catch. For these DBs in this game, you've got to tackle the reception, because if you don't get him down, he's taking it to the house.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller, too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
I got to be honest. I know the defense respected this guy's running ability. I don't know, though, if they knew it was this good. He has been gashing them in this game with his legs, and already you're seeing the defense now make some adjustments to slow this guy down. They were able to get him to the ground. He's still got a couple yards, but this has got to continue for this defense. You know he is going to carry the ball.
They punted away on fourth down. Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. He'll do it himself. Picks up the first down, still moving. Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one. They'll snap it from the 39, first and 10. Handoff from the gun. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately, a 3-yard loss. And the Razorbacks trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Rides to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. 3rd down, and they need 15 after 2 negative plays. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game, so they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
The Razorbacks are moving quickly down the field. Hand off from the shotgun. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
And as a defense, a lot of times you're coming into the game and you're just trying to limit the damage when you play a really great quarterback. And they've done more than that today. They have dominated this football game. The offense has carried their weight, and this is looking like a great outcome.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
At this point of the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. He's going to throw deep right side. And it's incomplete way downfield, and the defense rises to the occasion. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
Might be changing the route. Try to get it to the edge. He'll pick up a few before being knocked out of bounds at the 31.
And the defense down in this game, they just can't do anything to stop this offense at this point, David. Right now, they know they're going to be trying to run the football and try and ice the game, but there's nothing at this point it seems they can do.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. I got to sell out, man. I got to bring as many guys to the line.
There he goes. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
Yeah, and he's done a great job all game long, making the right decisions, but knowing when to pull it and continue to keep drives alive. He's continuing to make the right decision time and time again.
And the Tigers, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. They'll move the tight end. Here comes the option. He'll pitch it. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. Excellent pass by the back on the option. They give themselves just a little more cushion as they close in on extending this winning run. And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
42, Arkansas, 14.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh.
And And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And how about this defense taking care of business? Keeping that guy under 200 yards is a heck of a day. Their offense has obviously done their job too, and this has been an absolute beatdown.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. That is just a sideline credit. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want. Man, you have to do everything in your power not to let your momentum carry you out of bounds short of the first down marker.
And I would argue, too, maybe you run your route a little bit deeper. You got to understand where the first down marker is and where I got to get to. But, yeah, I'm not running out of bounds. Lower my shoulder and trying to get as much yardage as I can to make this fourth down manageable.
Great place to start for this offense. He'll keep it himself. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Quickly complete. Turning it on. Oh, and the ball's out after that big play. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
It's raining in this game. It's making the football slick and slippery. You know ball security is going to be a massive issue. Both coaching staffs have preached about that to their teams in the locker rooms before taking the field. And these guys really need to do a better job of holding on to the football.
Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Off the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. Clock stops and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. And the quarterback's just going to take a knee. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. And the quarterback takes a knee.
That's a nice job by this defense, getting in the backfield quick. They got in there so fast, anticipating pass on 3rd and long, but they reacted so well to the run, get the tackle for a loss, and now probably going to force the punt here.
There is joy all across the bayou as LSU takes down Arkansas in the battle for the Golden Boot. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.